the farmer. And this morning, we are currently at Itele. Yes, Itele in Ogun State. And where are we in Itele? We are on a demo site of Banana Village. I want to believe you've been probably you saw a post where I asked that have you heard about Banana Village? Here we are on the demo site of Banana Village in Italy. Trust me, it's a big project, but this one is just a demo site. Let's now look at how the bigger one is going to be. So you know it's going to be a very big project, and I'm going to be talking to you about how you can also key into this project, because it is not just one person project. People can always subscribe to it and see how they can also benefit from it as well. You know, it is just, you know, I have the person that hosts the farm here. He's going to tell us about what inspired him to start this and how the whole program started. So let me just go straight to him and ask him some questions. Yes, good morning, sir. Use this mic.
Good morning.
Yes, for the sake of people meeting you for the first time, I would love you to introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, my name is Farmer Moshood Adewale Mejibedu. I grew up in Lagos, Apapa precisely, and I studied in the field of agriculture, Federal College. I was opportune to carry out my project using the poultry waste. You know, we're trying to extract the bacteria and fungi present in the poultry waste. So during the analysis of our poultry is embedded with a lot of nutrients. And that was the area of the academy.
Awesome. That is a good one. You know, I love the fact that, you know, you are practicing what you studied in school, which is a good one for you there. Now, let's go straight to what you are doing here, because I know you have a lot to show us and a lot to discuss with us. So why do you choose banana? You know, I know some people go into cocoa, some go into palm, some go into coconut, some go into fish, but why banana? I think of all crops that we have, why do you go choose banana?
Fantastic. As you know, a guy from Lagos State, food in the streets, you know, people wants to have a quick meal. Kind of food that solve that kind of a problem. When you harvest the banana, you don't need to cook it most of the time. And the one that you even need to cook, that we know, the one we call the cooked banana type, the plantain, required us a little effort, you know, peel the skin. And when you have any heat, like the roast people, the people that roast corn by the roadside, they have it abundantly. They make a lot of business from it, and people go by the way, snack it with their peanut and all that. Why seeing that we have now, I started to experiment for all that kind of agricultural products that we can lay our hands on. I discovered that banana is a kind of a crop that are sent to this world to solve hunger. It replicates itself. It's comfortable and easy to manage. You know, when you plant cocoa or palm kernel, for instance, and there is an hazard that happens to it, you know, you have to start all over again for 3 to 5 years. But when there is an hazard that happens to banana or plantain, when they fell, the Yoruba say, before you know it, another one has sprouted. You know, banana has a kind of a rhizome system, you know, why a lot of shooters comes out from them. You know, immediately these ones gets like a grandfather, the next one will follow like the father and the son. It comes out, you know, it only takes 12 months to start it. Immediately you start, you can start harvesting banana and plantain every 6 months. Bet me.
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Now let me take it from where you stopped. You said you can start harvesting banana every 6 months, which means it's a good business that one can venture into.
Fantastic.
Now, I will ask this question: does that mean we did not have species or probably breeds, or is it just banana? You know, is banana? Now, you know, now let me just ask you. You know, you're an expert in banana now. Do we have breeds? Do we have species in banana? I think I would like. We have the breeds of banana that you want us to see, and how do you go about them, and how are we going to identify that? Yes, this is the breed of this banana, and this is how you are going to identify it.
Fantastic.
So let's walk through the farm.
Fantastic. That's a nice one. Let me tell you, according to literature, we have about 100. Banana is known all over the world as Musa domestica, and the one that comes as a plantain, it's a cooked banana. So all over the world, when this particular tree, this one comes all the way from Ghana.
Okay.
It comes all the way from Ghana. It takes 9 months to get to maturity. So when it is 6 months, you see flower coming out of it and it starts fruiting. So, and it has a very big, fruit system. And as you can see how the fruit is big. And they all have different texture and taste, which means they all suit different, cuisines and usage. We discovered some of those plantain have starch content than each other, the sugar content than each other. That's plantain. And because we're in plantain, when I get to banana, I'll talk about that. So that is that. Then we have another one that is popularly known and breeded by IITA, the Agbagba Ilerinla. Yes, Agbagba Ilerinla. This is an example of Agbagba Ilerinla. We love this plantain for its strength. No matter how many they are in the stand, they can still accommodate up to 5 to 10 stands. As you can see, is one there too. And all of them will bring out a very reasonable fruit, and they have resistance to wind. Unlike the one from Ghana, it has
from
one plantain.
Sorry,
yes.
Is it plantain or banana?
Plantain.
I don't understand. 70 fingers.
70 fingers and it gives me about 45. It gives me about 35 to 40 kg. I've harvested it here.
That's awesome.
And when I get to banana, I'll talk. So that was what brought the initiative. If I can sell one banana at my farm gate here for 5,000 to 7,000, you can hear my wife say it now. That means it's a lot of sense. So what is the science behind it? Now we now choose the variety that we can go for and the management practice, use of water, irrigation facilities when there is no water and all that. So those are the things we have saw that yes, if we can make about ₦1 million from just 2 plots of land here. So
this is just 2 plots of land.
Just 2 plots of land.
How many stands do you have here?
We have about 120 stands here.
On 2 plots of land?
2 plots of land.
Maybe Mr. I will go start banana.
You have to. In fact, you have to. Because when banana is a perfect key. We have not talked about the usage of banana tree. We are just talking about banana itself. Let us go and have a look at one of another species here that came all the way from Osun State.
Okay.
In the classes of banana, we have what we call horn and false horn.
What's that?
Good. The horn one, you see the ones that will have flowers. I will show you an example. They will have flowers and you have to cut up the flowers after some time. Okay. And there are some, they do not have flowers. They have flowers, but it will eventually quench by itself. You can see an example. These are false horn. The flower will drop automatically. But there are some, the flower will not drop. It will be very big. You have to cut it because it steals a lot of nutrients. So what brought us here is this type of a banana, plantain. You can see how it is. It doesn't come many. Maximum you can see 25 fingers, but they are as long as my arm when it finishes. So big. So we find another uses for that. Talking about plantain flowers, making, because it's very, very good when we experiment to use to do our.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is Banana Village demo site in Itele. Every time I go to farms, every time I visit farms, I always get inspired. And sometimes I always think maybe even this my media job, so maybe I go stop and go start farming again. But I'm also a farmer too. I practice what I preach too. One of the things that we are seeing here, I'm learning, and I want to believe people watching this video are also learning as well. It is not just banana. There is more to banana. Now, so for someone to tell me that he's making money from banana, that means you can also make money from it as well. And also, I want to let you know, which we are going to talk about very soon. There is a project which they are working on currently. It is called Banana Village, which they have a very large acres of land which they want to use for the project. And now it is not supposed to be a one-man project. Like, yes, we need investors, we need people to subscribe to this plan, and also for them to also benefit from it as well. I want to believe if you do this, it will just probably, maybe there's going to be a plan whereby they can also manage that farm for you, and maybe you'll just be resting. Maybe in every six months, you're going to be getting something from it as well. Now this is one of the things that you can also invest on. Now, remember I said it's not compulsory for you to start farming, or probably you own a farm, but you can invest in farmer. Yes, these are farmers that need investors now. They can't just do this thing alone. Probably the resources might not be there, but you can also come on board and say, yes, I want to invest in banana village. This is the first of its kind in Nigeria. This is the first time I'm hearing banana village. So we are now at the session of banana where we were before. Was the plantain. That is the dodo. Yes, it's a bit dodo very well. I know some of us like dodo very well. Yes, but now we are now at the banana. That is together now. So where we are now is the banana. You can see. I don't know. This is big. Let's just talk to him. Let's talk to him. So
Fantastic.
now,
I love banana, man. You see this, I was talking about horn the other time.
okay,
So this is horn, this is the flower.
okay,
So when it gets to certain times, we must amputate this off.
okay.
This is another money-making venture.
You mean the on?
The horn itself. This thing I just cut.
Maybe they try and wait for our village.
That is it. There's money in the soil, but we fail to pick it. Now, I will talk about this later.
There's money
in the soil, but
I think I must talk about that.
now, priced banana. They are in the racks in the United Kingdom, all over the world. In Panama,
The one I'm looking at.
this one we are looking specifically is Cavendish. We have Cavendish. He has a bigger banana in Africa. Should challenge me, but I believe I have the most giant banana in Africa here in Nigeria. I will show you my giant. This one is Cavendish. It's known for its taste and tenderness, and it has a great usage. Your ice cream, your bread spread. I don't know if you've taken banana and bread before.
I've not. I only tasted banana and coconut.
You got to try it. Banana and bread goes a long way. Let me show you my champion.
Okay.
Can come over. See one just coming out. You can see how big the flower is. You can see how big the grits is. This does not need any support. This is how it's going to carry its fruits. And we have harvested 47 to 50 kg from the cuts. Come and see a brighter of what I'm talking about. Let's come on, manage. Let's pass here. Sorry. Let me tell you, I brought just one sucker of Cavendish here.
And it has multiplied to
That is just it. Within a year, it will give you 10 stands. Then after the second year, you're going to have more than 100. And that's how the farm starts. You can see how big it is. This one's the one the type I harvested a few days ago, and it immediately sold for 15,000.
15,000.
Yes, 15,000.
Let's now assume I have like 100 stand of these, and I'm harvesting like the 100 at the same time. At
3 meters by 3 meters, you have to plant 444 stands in an acre of land, 6,000 square meters. Calculate, do your mathematics. Now, as I've told you earlier, we have to amputate this. Why are we doing this? This one has finished forming the fruits, and the nutrients keep dropping from here. So once we have counted about 230 fingers here.
From this alone,
230.
This is massive.
And the length of one, when it's fully grown, is about 9 inches.
Of one?
9 inches, yes. But you know, from the hands here, it gets bigger, and the way it comes down, it gets smaller. So within 9 inches and 5 inches, that's what none part of the fruit that is not edible, and there's no part of it that is not appreciated. So, as you can see, many people believe one banana will give you one fruit in a year or per season. So I have come with a system that will allow us to have a minimum of 2 to 3 stands. Let me show you an example. You can see this banana, 1, 2, 3, on just one single stand that is growing. Now, let's assume you sell this for 5,000 naira farm gate. Times 3, how much is that? 15,000 per stand.
Okay. Wow, this is just a stand.
This is just a stand. I did a research on this farm to study space and the effects on flower and yield. Space and yield. That's what I did. So sometimes I got 2 meters by 1.5 according to literature, but I discovered that 3 meter by 3 meter is the best to go. It give you the plants will be very okay. In fact, they will give you multiple than having the other stands, because the other farm population. So as I've told you earlier, you can harvest every 6 months. This is the reason why I'm telling you that. These ones now, they are comes out. It takes 3 months, 90 days for fruits to fully get matured. Now, this one have not matured. This one started. So in the next 1 month, we have after this, harvest this, followed by this, and followed by this. Look at the amount of money you are going to make within 1 year.
Give me the mic. Give me the mic. To be sincere with you, I am impressed. And I love the fact that we are not just talking by just talking. You have proof, you have facts for this. That means you are an expert in what you do. Now I will ask this question before we now go to the banana village of Itele, because I want you to talk to people about it, how they can key in and what they can do into it. Now, did you go to school? You said you went to school to study more plantation. Now, you said more plantation than teach you banana too. I don't understand. I beg, let me know.
Wow, that is great. I remember when I was starting my life before I got married, I bought land around Badagry area at Ilobo area, 1 acre of land after I sold my chicken. So, and I wanted to start as a young man. There's no finance. So I talked to the baale that sold the land for me. The baale asked me to come and pick some bananas. So I planted some bananas in the vicinity. Before I know it, in the next 6 to 1 year, I started making money without having any break in the bank. 20 stands. I made a lot of money. I decided to get married just on one plot of land, 20 stands of banana by the site, and I'm doing my small poultry and my vegetables. That's how I started. My wife is here as a witness. We got married and we said, let's go together with this banana project, because it's a hunger solving, it's a finance creation business. People are willing, people love to eat bananas. Banana is very high in potassium, and it gives you strength and helps other nutrients to be well utilized in the body system. So people love banana, So there's market for banana, locally and internationally. Just you have to produce the best for people. So anytime we harvest our banana, people want to buy it. One, because we don't use chemical to produce it. We work on organic substrates to feed our plants. And you ask a question that, did I study banana and pampers? Yeah, I study animal health and I told you the secret of the nutrients come from the poultry feed too in India. I read a lot of articles and I learned so many things So I discovered that forced catchment, you need a very good water holding capacity soil. You need sunlight at least 8 hours per day. So those conditions and water. So by the end, if you are able to put all those conditions together, it's very, very good to practice what I have never seen. Let me give you an instance. If this banana tree falls down, it has no fruit. If it falls down and all these leaves fall down and it got broken, many people will cut it off. I studied some if I cut and some if I did not cut. The one I did not cut will come back to the initial stage within a period of 3 to 1 month. It's a miracle. When I saw things happening that way. So thinking that, this banana has died, just neglect it. Cut one, didn't cut one. Let's see what's going to happen. So I did a lot of trials. Even some that are growing under shed, they even fruit. You can see this on the shots. It's the same thing as this. But because it's shed there, it's continuing to grow, but the fruit and the stem is not bigger. So the condition where you see a bigger trunk, that means what is coming out from there. You see, in fact, I can recognize a banana that is pregnant. Banana has some characteristics with mammals.
You're pregnant?
Yes.
I'll follow you.
Good. Banana pregnant. They have pregnant. Banana they deliver. Banana they breastfeed.
I don't understand.
Maybe
Make me understand. Make me understand.
when I say banana breastfeed is that, breastfeeding in mammals is by the child having to sustain its growth from the mammal's milk. It happens in banana too. When banana brings out fruits like this nature, it stops feeding the remaining ones because they have one big, rhizome, which is the primary nutrient tapping roots. We have primary, we have secondary, and we have tertiary root system. They all work for different conditions and time. So immediately it's pregnant, you see how this place will be turgid in one side.
Okay.
And immediately the flower comes out, it will shrink back. To hold it. One is going to sacrifice by cutting itself off. I don't know if I can see some here coming out, but if you study it very well, if you look very well, you see the condition. It will come out. So once it comes out, this place that is empty will now absorb a lot of water to sustain. That is the breastfeeding.
Okay.
To sustain the fruit. So immediately the fruit grows up, it continues like that, and it stops feeding the roots. So this one, they'll become independent, start feeding themselves. But like this one now, you can see, it's still depending on the mother to survive. So the mother will still be feeding it. Immediately you harvest this, like our traditional system. Immediately they harvest, they cut off the plants to the floor. It will become nutrient, but it will take a lot of time before it decomposes and the roots, the plants will have access to it. But what I have discovered here is that you don't need to cut this one off. Immediately you cut this, you remove the leaves because of wind, and you leave this mother. The sun will now reabsorb the mother in a short while. Within some months, it will be very fast in growth. That is another area of breastfeeding.
I know I will come back to talk more about this. Now let's talk about Banana Village. I know that is why I'm here, and I want us to make it brief so that I'll be able to send a message out to people about what they need to know about Banana Village. Now, what inspired Banana Village? What message are you sending to people? How do you want them to come in, and what are the benefits they're going to get from this?
Fantastic question. After visiting a lot of agricultural shows, I met a company called Oman's Foods. They are into value addition. So we discussed the quantity of banana needed. Oman's told me as we speak, they have access from USAID that's funded their processing line of plantain chips making. She told me they can only start that machine if they can get 20 tons of plantain per day.
20 tons?
20 tons of plantain. That's the capacity of the machine. They cannot start it because they must have the raw material. As we speak, they have not started the machine because there is no product. Here in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, it's just about 1 to 2 hours drive from where the Banana Village is at Okeodon. The Banana Village project, it's a project that can sustain itself if we can key ourselves into it. As I've told you earlier, you can buy as minimum of 1 acre of land. We have carefully discovered the right condition, the right climatic condition, the right place for the project. Okeodon, as you know, it has boundary with Benin Republic, and there's water coming from that mass water, naturally endowed. So it helps to reduce the humidity. Do you understand? So during the night, this inflow from the river comes to cool the plants up. So even though you go there, people planting plantain and banana without irrigation, they are making harvest every day. You can visit that area. If you want to eat the cheapest bolly, come to Owode. Because they harvest the banana and the plantain, bring to Owode and sell as bolly every day. You can't say any day you get to Owode, you must see plantain. For land in that students, we now discovered 230 acres of land. We have identified it. We did our soil analysis. In fact, we have just concluded our geological survey. We discovered the length where we have abundance of water under the soil. So we are now calling on people. It's not easy for me to raise 150 million to acquire the land. That is the first phase. That is the first step. We have to take every 1,000 miles goes with the first step. The first step is to acquire the land. And we want to call a lot of people as a member of Family Farming FF International, Family Farming Knowledge Sharing, is an organization that I was opportune to join through when I did a course in Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations during the lockdown COVID-19 of the thing. So, you know, we discovered we have access to data, how people are hungry and the effect of food that leads to in health of people. So we need to produce food. We need to come on board to assist farmers roll out the cost of production, including irrigation facilities. We have seen a lot of companies that are ready to partner with us. So in Banana Village, we are having about, let's say, minimum of 50 bowls there. So now, when you have more details, you speak more details about it. So we are encouraged, like one of us is facing the uric age of hunger.
Yes, that is on from him. I love the fact that he explains as well. This is not going to be a one-time video. We are still going to come back to do a full documentary of Banana Village and even go to that site so that you'll be able to see what you're talking about. That yes, it is not just a fake investment. Now we are real, and it is something that is real. So if you want to know more about this thing, just drop a comment. Yes, at this on this video, I will definitely get his contact for you. And now we are partnering together to see how we can publicize and promote these investments. You can invest in a farmer or invest in farming. Either you are doing it actively or you are doing it passively. Yes, I'll be rounding up now because we need to go back to do a lot of things this morning. Yes, but to be sincere with you, I learned a lot from this visit this morning, and I want to believe even if you are going to be watching this video later, you are going to also learn something from this video as well. I learned about yes plantain, or let me say banana, get pregnant too, and they breastfeed. And I love it's something I've never had in my life. I heard about it today, so and I want to believe you're also going to learn from this as well. Please just make sure you share this video, because just make sure you share. Yes, currently now I'm in Itele.